That it, just in case measure?
Here you go.
Put all our recording devices down here.
Yeah. Oh, it's recording.
Okay, I'll go ahead and call to order the July 17th meeting of the select board and ask you to rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is our wish with the consent agenda.
I move we accept it as presented.
I'll second that. All in favor? Unanimous. First up is old business. Old business item number 1, discussion of boundary line with Bath. We did have a discussion with our attorney. Don't want to get into all the details of the executive session, but this was the topic, one of the topics. There's continuing to work through the process, trying to overlay our GIS data with the city of Bath to see where the discrepancy is between those two, layering in, just lost the word.
The boundaries.
Survey, thank you. Survey that
Sounds
Sidelines did, to see if in fact there is a documentable disagreement on where those boundary lines are. We did also raise some concerns that the select board has with where that final line lies and what that could mean to tax commitment down the road. And certainly the attorney took that feedback, understood that feedback, and is incorporating that into her discussions with the city of Bath.
And I think we're also trying to, I don't want to say postpone commitment, but hold to see if there's any quick resolution, I
Yeah.
guess, and that's where we put it.
If in fact there is an agreement that's worked out, then that would have to go to town meeting and be voted on at town meeting. The select board does not have the authority to enter into that agreement without going to town meeting.
Public speaking.
Can you state your name, because we actually have a new.
Michael Hennessy, yes. I have, and as Julia's also, I would like the chance to go say, here is the information that we have. The drawing that Sightlines built up, is actually much farther to the west than it ever was. It's kind of a unique, going to the side of the road being the right of way is just plain strange. There is a survey on the south end, and there is a deed in Bath that shows where the center of the bridge was, even though the bridge is now gone. It's not where Sightlines have had it for 25 years. It's not the bridge abutment. It is the center of the brook. Always has been.
What's the parcel that survey is attached to, that you're referencing? Do you know the parcel number or the address?
It's Robichaud. I've given Julie the survey number, the booking page. The PB2, page 10, that shows a bridge. It's a pre-construction. It's a preliminary plan of the road reconstruction. You can lay that onto the geo surveys and get a pretty good idea where it is, and it's definitely not where, it's not the high water mark today, and that just makes common sense.
So what we can share that with the attorney is they do the retabulating of the alignment and see where, I mean, that certainly is a definitive example.
So obviously the plan is to go to the legislature to resolve it.
You don't have to. I think we're just gonna, I mean, right now, I think there's an agreement to just resolve it through the two towns and not have to go to the legislature for it.
And I just can't comprehend how you can read case law and come to that conclusion, including the 2006. The only method is the legislature or the county commissioners, but that's, I'd love to see how that, and I would love to have seen that 3 years ago of how you do a third method.
We're just following the recommendation of the attorney. I mean, she felt
Sure.
that there was an amicable way to do it without, as long as there's no dispute, and right now there doesn't appear to be.
Right.
I'm not,
If the two towns are able to reach an agreement on that line, then this is my interpretation of the advice we've been given. Not offering up a legal.
yes, no,
But if the two towns agree, there's no dispute as outlined in the statute, and so it does not need to go to the legislature or the judicial.
it is very true that no citizen has standing to challenge an agreement. Yes, that is, my concern is a little longer in exactly what took place in Lisbon. When the party whose property is split sees a $7 or $8 mill rate versus a 24 one, how long do you think the agreement is going to last?
I don't think, I mean, I understand the financial contributing factor to that, but I don't feel that this is based upon the winning and losing of revenues to a town. I mean, just, there's not a dispute on the line, then it's gonna be set by the two parties through council, is my understanding.
Correct. But at the same time, if whatever that final product is that's brought to us or the Bath City Council and we don't endorse it, then arguably a dispute has occurred. If we do endorse it and then it's not passed at town meeting, then we have a dispute that has occurred, and then we would need to go one of the two other routes to resolve that dispute.
I thank you for the honesty, the clarity. I've been hanging out here, spending my time working on things I wasn't sure you really wanted to hear. So I do appreciate that.
Sure.
I would like to have a 10-minute, this picture, this picture, this picture. Because no, I don't believe, and I haven't believed for a long time that it's really going to work.
Sure.
That Sensible is going to be satisfactory, because it hasn't on multiple occasions in the past with other towns.
But I feel that we've found two agreeable parties right now. I don't know what it was in the past, but it feels as though we have two agreeable parties to bring it to closure. And hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you're looking at Sightline's line.
I'm actually not even following it as closely as I'm gonna have the, I mean, I'm not only speaking on my behalf, I'm gonna let the attorney resolve it based upon the information.
Yeah, I'm of the understanding that everyone's looking for the same thing you are. What does our tax map say? What does the city of Bath say? How does that all overlay and then interact with the sightline survey? And seeing those three representations and then how they all interact is going to be crucial for me personally, deciding, okay, we have agreement or we don't have agreement.
But weirdly,
I'd love the chance to say, Sightline map, Plan Book 2, page 10, Robichaud survey, Bath deed, says it's here.
Sure.
And there is a, which I lost because that wasn't what I was looking for at the time. There is a deed that says it runs to the town line and then 56 or 59 and a half feet into West Bath, more or less, which should have been a very definitive, I can find it, it will take me time. But that is a point on the line that is well worth having a fact before you go ahead.
Well, and hopefully our line with the data runs through that. I mean, when we overlay the data, if it runs through that line, then it certainly seems like a logical conclusion.
If it runs through that line,
Mhm.
wonderful.
But right now, we haven't done it yet. We haven't seen it
Right.
overlaid to make a determination one way or the other.
I think that doesn't, all I'm really asking for is what I asked for in May. This fact, lay it out, whether you take it on board or whether you don't, that's fine.
Well,
But
if you can locate the deed that references the 59.5 feet, that would be useful. If you come across it again, so that we can certainly use that as a definitive.
but there's a catch-22. Now you're gonna look at 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but yes, you have to see everything, but the oldest historical document is gonna help set the precedent from that perspective. And then we compare and see where it goes.
The oldest one is actually a state survey, which is absolutely wrong. But there are old records, yes. In the mid-1800s, they knew where the line was. You just have to back into it, but it takes time. And I don't think, because Sightline had been using a line for 25 years or more, doing the subdivision in Bath, I don't think they looked where they should have looked, as hard as they should have looked. So,
We're on it. We don't have an answer, but we're on it.
So can I
We're all
say-
happy to read whatever you share with us. I appreciate what you have shared with us. We're doing our best to get up to speed on this.
I
We
absolutely,
got a 6-year head start on us, or more.
8,
8 years.
at
okay.
least 8. And that's what I want to do, is I want to say, this is what I've seen, this is what I haven't seen,
Mhm.
what do you think?
Mhm.
And I would, something as formal as a workshop for 10 minutes before a meeting, is that something that is viable?
I don't see why not,
Once we have the information,
the things to look at, I
Yeah.
think your insight is
Yeah.
gonna be very beneficial.
You're putting the pressure on me to go find that deed.
indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, business item number 2, meeting recording updates.
We're testing one right now.
We are testing the
Testing,
owl
testing.
camera. I didn't notice if it pivoted back when
It did not.
when we spoke or not.
It did, oh no.
We'll continue to work out kinks.
We're doing 2 recordings, so
We'll see which one gets posted.
Well, we never posted to the back of the room generically yet, but if this one has better sound,
Sure.
then I think
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Agreed, yeah. Old business item 3, discuss digital storage. Still waiting on.
I'm in contact with Maine State Library, and they've given me a couple people, agencies to reach out to for grants.
Nice,
So
that sounds.
after getting the quotes, I think it would be great to try and get some, and Maine State Library is very happy when you tell them you want to do this. So-
Sure.
Any other old business? All right, new business, item 1, review town website. What do you got?
What doesn't she have?
Yes. I went down a rabbit hole of our website as it stands now. I've heard feedback that it's complicated from the administrative side of things. And then I was, a comment from last meeting prompted me to just kind of do a thorough audit of what we're looking at. I personally feel like it's a little bit too complex. I feel like there's too many sections, too many pages, too many links.
Or things that aren't linked that are listed.
Yes, found a lot of 404 page cannot be found errors. I found some links to things that I don't know. For example, there's like in the community services section, there's some like resources for seniors, but it's more like you click on a link and then it brings you to a page to schedule a consultation with I don't know what. So I don't know if as a town that's something we want to endorse or publish.
Versus sending it to the senior center or
Exactly,
something.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So I didn't know if this is a good time to maybe just take a comprehensive look at what the website is, how it's managed, what we want it to look like. I think that we have an opportunity to really simplify it. I would rather see a website that has less but is more accurate than have a ton of things to click on but we don't know where it goes or how it got there or anything like that. So I don't necessarily know what that looks like going forward. I just think that there's an opportunity there. And I'm happy to help to facilitate that. However we want it to look like.
Wonderful, great idea.
And let's reflect that Ashley signed up to help.
To refurbish the entire website
Yes. Yeah,
in a week.
exactly. So yeah, I just wanted to open up the conversation of.
Yeah, there's definitely, a couple of times there's just stuff that either doesn't link or doesn't link to the right information.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
And we found a lot of that, well, with the Historical Society, that was just turned off. I turned it back on, it's working fine.
Yeah.
We didn't lose any information. But if we don't, I'm sure we can figure them out now with
With the
No.
pages of information.
but nobody tells us,
Yep.
because it's not,
Yeah.
that link isn't working.
Because I don't think people really want to click through all the links on our website and take notes of what's not working.
And also, I don't know where things used to be posted, and people would say, where's the agenda? It's on the calendar. Well, that's not where I look for it. Well, no,
Yeah.
sorry.
That is one thing I noticed. I would click into a section and like, for example, I think there's some of the planning board applications, you can get there 5 different ways. And there's, a 2023 version of a form when you go one way, and there's a 2024 version of a form when you go another way. So, I think maybe
Why?
like a centralized, there's a documents, or there's a forms page, and any form that you want to get to is there. It doesn't matter if it's a planning board form or a shellfish form or anything like that. I don't know the logistics of who like hosts our website currently or what that looks like.
Did we just redo that a year ago? Didn't we?
Yeah, I think it's
Like a year and a
Alice.
half ago? It was,
There was a remodel.
yes, but and that's when I think everything misdirected.
So I don't know how we want to tackle this. I'm happy to lead the charge and help however I can. I just don't know what it looks like.
So you do all the updates, admin stuff in-house?
Yes.
Yes. Well, we're looking for a new clerk,
Right.
which will also be useful in
Yes.
that process.
Yeah.
But I think that it's,
We need help getting it cleaned
Yes.
up.
Yep.
And then going forward. And I agree, simple.
Yeah.
well, I
There's a
think
lot of
once,
different, and I don't know where.
I think when they redid the site, we'll say 2 years ago, I think it became very complex.
Yeah.
And I think that, I agree, I think a form page, where it's all in one location, and then all the committees are on another page, all in one location.
Yep.
And in that, you can even have agenda items, so you could, under select board, you can have current agenda, past agendas, just,
Mm-hmm.
and make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And meeting minutes and the links and stuff that we all have.
Yeah.
I think it would be, it's,
I welcome the help, Ashley.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we just,
Not a criticism of how it is currently, just an opportunity for improvement.
maybe we spend a little time looking at some of the other towns in the areas, to figure out what we
Yeah.
like, and use those as models, and,
I think it's the layout isn't bad, I think there's just too many pages. I think when they redid it, good intentions, but I think there's too many tiers.
Yeah.
And that's something that we can easily consolidate,
so
at least to start.
let's figure out some examples of what we like, but maybe we also go in and just kill some of those links that give us our 404 errors.
Page not found.
And those could be just to turn back on.
Sure. Or the site is referring to is gone and.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
No. Mr. Hance?
Is there any way to see where the traffic goes?
If we don't have Google Analytics built into the site, and I'm guessing we don't because it's not cheap, you're probably not gonna be able to track some of that information.
So you just left with the complaints to tell you where people are.
We just did that in my office, and Google Analytics is not cheap.
No, it's not.
So I'm guessing we don't have any tracking.
All right, let's see if we can find some examples we like.
As a piggyback to that, this was something I forgot to ask. Does the town of West Bath currently have a Facebook, like any social media presence at all?
No, Facebook shut us down
Okay.
because we don't have, it has to be linked to a personal account.
Oh, okay.
So I was gonna look into that, but I really didn't have a chance.
I mean, I'm shocked that that is.
We did, it got shut down, might have been a year ago, March.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can't we just create the person in the town?
but I mean, other towns have it.
Yeah, I
So,
Yeah. I can also do some research on that. Because for all of its shortcomings, I feel like it also is a helpful.
Well, it's a good
It is.
page. People are accustomed to going there and looking up information.
Yeah. I can look at that. I can type these and send them in the email so that everybody can see.
I know you scan them, your handwriting is very nice.
I can also do that.
Well, why don't you just scan them and send them to us?
Okay, I will scan them and send them, so we can all review.
Looks tight.
I've heard that a time or two. I'll scan and send so we can all see the notes and then we can figure out a game plan.
Thank you for doing that.
Very well.
Yes, that was a project.
New business item 2, consider signing an annual school warrant disbursement policy. There's a copy of it in our board packet. Essentially, this is similar to the 2 we did last week that allows the treasurer to process a warrant for payroll or state fees. This would allow her to process one for the school AP warrants if it's signed by the school board or the finance committee. And this is the template that Amy will provide.
Thank you, I've never seen
I think it would be helpful.
it. Yes,
Especially from a cash flow perspective, but also with a new treasurer, not having to do them all at the same time. Having processed a decade of school warrants, there was always that awkward period where the select board meets on this certain date, but the bills aren't due for a week later, so we did them early. We'd have our cash flow so we could have a little more independence. Or
it's like
if for
these,
some reason this board can't meet, at least the school bills.
So I know we had talked, 2 or 3 years ago on, and maybe it's the time we can revisit it, having access to Tyler Technologies, and if you had some open seats at the school, that the treasurer could also pull down data.
I think it's worth a conversation, as long as it doesn't get into the town managing school finances. 'Cause-
No, it would be like pulling down reporting and stuff that, I think no, that's not the purpose behind that. It was, what was the initial thing that we talked about, that we were looking from Tyler Technologies, that gave you
I don't remember, I had to request reports if I didn't have them, or quarterlies, or.
Yeah.
So
I
there's, I mean,
have to
there's
wait for them.
payroll and things that I think,
But that's all done through payroll now.
yes, but there were, and other reports, but there was things that held up what she was trying to accomplish. And I don't know what else, I forget what the other thing.
I think it was mostly quarterly reports, which is done through payroll now, but.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the school, disbursement warrant policy.
I will
Warrant disbursement policy,
second.
sorry. All in favor? Item 3, appoint Chad Formula to the investment committee. This was one that we missed when we did the annual appointments, last time. Currently serves on the committee, we just didn't have it in our packet.
Make a motion to appoint Chad Thornhill to the investment committee.
Second,
All in favor?
is there one you have to
Is
sign?
there one to sign or?
Did you bring that down? It was on the shelf.
We can sign it when we leave.
Yeah.
Go on.
Do we need to sign?
Along with the policy that's on top of it.
Don't run out without signing. Any other new business? No?
Did we want to touch, I know we've got future Comcast franchise agreement, want to talk about that or put that?
We do have it coming up here, a future agenda item, but certainly feel free if you'd like.
So, I actually sat on the broadband committee, with these folks. And we initially were trying to get a grant for, fiber optic. But that was installed for free, which was really kind of cool. I'm not sure why, but, so now that's out there. And I think, it's certainly beneficial, but we need to figure out how it's gonna integrate. And I guess what are the fees that they're gonna propose for that service versus, Comcast, Xfinity. And in the past, we've only had one service. I'm not opposed to having two, because I think that helps to keep the costs down.
It's been a long time since I've looked at cable franchise agreements, like in college one time. I'm pretty sure that a town is only allowed to enter into a franchise agreement
With one?
If additional providers want to come in, they can, but I think you have to decide which one provider which has always been a legitimate complaint of how this whole.
Yeah, because it creates monopoly.
It does.
And
That,
well, and I don't know, and that's when we should ask the town attorney, has the franchise agreement expanded to beyond one commitment? Because, I mean, certainly everyone wants a fiber optic at a higher speed.
Sure.
And, we had, with the build out, requirements in the current franchise agreement, they brought service after a heartfelt discussion to all of it was the 16 houses per mile that we had exceeded in both locations. Mountain Road had no service all through COVID. And so, but that's been established and built out, and before we even got the Fidium lines installed. But I don't know, I'd love to hear from Fidium what their plans are, since they rolled it out and put it and hung it on the poles to the house. It hasn't been connected to any house, but it's been brought to the pole to the house.
Yeah, I agree.
I just-
The more competition, the better for the consumers.
Yeah?
Certainly, high-speed fiber is very intriguing. I did look at Fidium a couple weeks ago, and it was listed as not available at my house, but I'll check it again and again.
I don't think it's been installed.
For alerts. I mean, you can here.
Although, why do I think Rob Webb got it? Did he get it? I think somebody on
I'm not
Mountain
sure.
Road actually got it installed.
But he's,
He's on the committee also.
All but 2 people that were on the broadband committee, I'm more than happy to help and go over it.
And another one of the things I wanted to do, which was to break out internet and TV as 2 separate elements as well.
Yeah,
And
certainly.
Rob Webb is an attorney, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Cable companies actually need the towns, legally, they need the town to authorize them to use the right of way, which is a big, even Fidium. Fidium is, from what I'm reading and seeing in Reddit, is reluctant to service long drops and long runs. So if you can get some leverage, then maybe they'll serve everybody.
What's a long run? What do they consider a long run?
Some cases 100, 150 feet.
So my driveway is almost a half a mile, and they came all the way down it. We actually hung it too low, we had to have a little bit up. I'm curious, just because they were literally out there just installing up to, and all they really needed, which I learned way more than I wanted to know about, installation of internet, was the pole agreement, which is with the power company. So the CMP grants the pole permission, which they obviously received because they come in on all the poles. And now the question is, how do they get it to the dwellings, or to the buildings, because it's for business and residential.
But if the town refuses, they cannot hang it on the CMP poles.
The CMP owns the pole, we don't dictate.
But the CMP only has the right to hang utilities. They do not have the right to hang cable. It's just a quirky little fact. You can actually tell a cable company that they can't go hanging on the pole that's on your land. It's just a weird fact, but it's an entirely different law. If Fidium is happy to go hook up everybody, then that's no problem. I just like to hear them say, hey, we're gonna do everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it almost everywhere. I don't know if there's any parcels that haven't had it rolled to the pole closest to the dwelling, because it hasn't been installed on anyone's dwelling as of yet.
Yeah. All right, more to come on Fidium and cable franchise agreements, and the franchise agreement currently expires in 27.
Yep, September 24, 27.
I did also want to just go back to the website real quick, and there was some question last meeting about when the documents were uploaded to the website for the appraisal, and that date was February 13th of 24.
Which I found extremely interesting.
As did I.
Just,
That we knew nothing, it was just plopped on there quietly.
Next on the agenda, we have public comment. Anything else you'd like to share?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your participation. Future agenda items, we have the Comcast franchise agreement, also a meeting with the new health officer,
September 4th.
September 4th.
She got back to me today.
Great. The one other thing that I would like us to figure out, we had adopted the guidelines for elected and appointed officials, and then there's a sign-off procedure for that, and we just haven't done anything with it. So I guess we need to decide, do we want to have people sign off on it, and what that process looks like.
So I presume we should do it when we approve them, their appointments. They should have to
That's what we were
do
thinking
it at
last
that
meeting.
time.
Yeah, for people
Within-
to apply.
Yep.
I think it's a helpful document to have. I would rather have it proactively and have it established and
Sure.
everybody's on the same page. Therefore, if we were to encounter an issue, we have a document or hold somebody to a standard that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think we've had some issues in the past where we had to address some behavior and we didn't have documentation in place and it got complex and messy and everyone knows the rules from day one and
I think it's very reasonable.
I'm happy to work with you on that if that's all. Any other future agenda items? Okay. Any select board comments or announcements? I will point out that nomination papers are available on July 25th for a seat on the select board as well as a seat on the school board. Any other comments or announcements?
I move that we adjourn.
Second. All in favor? Unanimous.
That's a quick one.
9 minutes.